Innovative.
What's the deal? It's your man Deshaun Showtime Watkins.
And I am Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
Yes, and this is episode 11 of the culture of Comptonmania. Willzy, we got some amazing guests today. I got my partner in crime sitting right next to me, Anthony.
Yo, it's the culture of Comptonmania.
Hey, man. And over here, we got another guest. We got the Tim is in the place to be.
The Tim, yeah. Tim Banks. Tim Banks, folks. How you guys doing tonight?
And next to him is, who is this guy? Who is he?
You want to introduce yourself?
King of Charisma, Shaman Swagger, Carter James, and it's a pleasure to be here, my friends. Thank you so much for having me on. It's always great to be with my main man, the Tim.
Wow, you got such a hype man. I need a hype man like that.
I need Carter James rocking with me, man.
Yeah, hey, Carter James, can you introduce Anthony Desiree, the voice of Comptonmania?
I would love to. My good people, my great positive vibers, my fellow human beings. This is a man who needs no introduction, but he's the best in the business, the king of Compton. He is the one and only Anthony Desiree.
Come on.
The voice you want forever and a day.
Carter James is in the building. My goodness.
Did he get the job?
Yeah, he got it, man. He's the intro hype man. I'm telling you. He got me in here. Listen.
Man, this is amazing. Like, this is really exciting. I mean, I got my people in the building.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Tim, I have a whole bunch of questions. I'm sure the Comptonmania universe all have questions for you. But before we even get too deep into this, talk to me, bro. When did you fall in love with wrestling?
Fell in love with wrestling when I was about 6 years old. It was about 1992. And I turned on the TV, and I saw Ric Flair at the time. I didn't know who Ric Flair was. Saw this dude in his underwear. Old white dude in his underwear.
His drawers?
Yeah, he was talking shit to Hulk Hogan. He was just laying it in. You're not he started cutting himself and bleeding and doing all that stuff. And elbow dropping his shirt and all types of stuff, man. And I was like, what? Who? I looked around and I was like, this isn't weird to anybody else. And so after that, I just got hooked. Then I saw Ravishing Rick Rude. And for me, once I saw Ravishing Rick Rude, for me as a child, it was the first time I saw I don't want to say piece of shit. First time I saw like a dude, I was like, this dude's an asshole.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, I saw this dude like he grabbed somebody's girlfriend. He said, that's your girlfriend? Come here, honey. He kissed her and he dropped her on the mat.
Oh, yeah.
Then he's just like, I didn't want her. I just wanted to show you that at any moment in time I could have her. And I was like, my God.
Wow.
My God. And as a child, I was like, oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for real.
From that point on, it was a wrap.
Man, that's pretty interesting too. And then too, also you have a writing background. You're into the arts. Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I came out here when I was 19 years old. I went to a performing arts school called AMDA, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy of the Arts.
Heard of that?
Yeah, I came out here on scholarship. It wasn't a part of the plan, really. I just performed growing up. My mom was like, audition for this school in Atlanta. Went down to Atlanta, auditioned there, and they were like, you can go to New York, L.A., or London. And I was like, I'll go to L.A. And so came out here, went to school for 2.5 years and started auditioning. That sucked a lot.
Why?
It
Why?
sucked
Talk
because I graduated right into a writer's strike. So I graduated into a ghost town. Not only that, the governor at the time, Arnold, he kind of signed this bill that made all the
Terminator?
Yeah, he signed this bill that made the governor. They said he signed this bill that made it harder for films to shoot in town. So all the films now started shooting in other states, Atlanta, New York, Chicago. You know what I mean? Because it's cheaper there tax wise.
Yeah.
So at that time, and then after that, I was like, okay, this kind of sucks. And then around 26, I was like, I'm going to start filmmaking, start making my own stuff, start screenwriting.
Yeah.
I studied it for a year on YouTube, screenwriting. I read everybody, studied everybody, and then after a year, I started writing. Wow. And then, and around the age of 32, I got into pro wrestling because I was like, why not?
Wow.
You have to. And at the time, I know, I was like being really late. I'm super late doing it. And I was like, And I was like, all right, but I'm gonna do it because I can't be 50 years old and be like, oh, I used to want to be a wrestler. No one's gonna care. So I was like, now is the time. And now I'm 36, just turned 36. So yeah.
Nice. And I'm gonna come back to you, but I also want to address my man right here.
Yes, sir.
You're not just on here asking questions about him. Let's talk about who is the man, Anthony Desiree.
Oh,
when did you fall in love with wrestling? And let's talk about your story, sir.
Man, wrestling, it just seems like it's always been a part of my life, man. To be honest with you, my mom actually, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and
Brooklyn.
my folks are Haitian immigrants, and I'm a Haitian American. So they all migrated. Both my grandparents' side, both my mom, my dad, they came and went to New York. They immigrated to Brooklyn, New York. But the thing that's crazy is in the 70s, my mom probably every other week they were at MSG. For like Bruno Sammartino, like Pedro Morales. Like I heard these names because I started watching wrestling probably in the mid 80s. The Hulk Hogan. That's who I grew up on really behind. That's it. Like that's the song I put on to this date when I need some positivity. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of faith. I'm either listening to Marvin Winans or I'm putting on some Rick Derringer. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. You know that part. That part has been the part, right?
Fight for your life.
So falling in love with wrestling. But my mom was telling me all those stories. So when you guys come to Comptonmania shows, it's kind of in my blood, kind of. I'm not a worker, but the fandom and the love. Now, I used to backyard wrestle until I got slammed through a table, and I had to give that up. But yeah, man, that's where the love, the passion comes from. I got a history. I'm a singer. Y'all know some of our shows I'm singing at, but I'm singer, actor. I've written some plays myself. I'm a pastor, preacher, but I'm a youth minister, so I've always written plays and try to do improv and things like that. So that's where my heart comes from. But the love and the passion, it came from young, man. You talking about Rick Rude. Rick Rude was one of my favorites, man, because even when you talk about that, that's what pulls you in. I just remember him. The body for sure, but then it's like not even the in-ring work. It's just the fact of him saying, what I like to do right now
yes.
is for all you fat, out of shape, wherever city he's from.
Pennsylvania, piss ass.
Shut your mouths and now let me show you show your ladies what a real man looks like.
Hit him with it.
And, that's what it's all about. And, I grew up, more of his WWE time, but I find out in the early 80s, prior to him in the WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling, he was coming out to Sade's Smooth Operator, man.
Smooth Operator.
There's footage out there on YouTube, right?
I have to watch that.
Yeah, I just saw it the other day. And they're announcing him as the Smooth Operator, ravishing Rick Rude.
That's hard.
I'm like, man.
That's hard.
Just like the motherfucker.
Smooth Operator. But yeah, man, it's that passion and that love, man. So that it's really gotten me there, man, in my fandom and supporting these guys like Tim here, guys like all the wrestlers on the crew is just like really supporting the art. I'm big on keeping the business right, man. Don't let nobody disrespect the business,
Right.
Yeah, so that's something I have in heart. Even when we started announcing this stuff, I just be like, hold on, let's let them work this real quick. Let's not talk over them, and stuff like that, because I respect the workers, man. So anytime you announce, I want to, I tell people all the time, I want to put you over because that's the love, man. I grew up, man. I was like 5 or 4, started watching wrestling, so yeah, man.
That's what's up. That's what's
You're
up.
amazing at what you do. Have
Thank you, bro.
I mean, you've trained. You're classically trained, so
Yeah.
obviously. But it's just like when I first heard you, it was just like, oh, you're on next. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I mean, I've taken drama classes and public speaking classes, but I think for me, it's the fandom, of course. But then I am 43 now. And I've been in
Look how
ministry.
young he
yeah,
is.
man, I'm trying to get there, right? And I've been in ministry, like, I was a young preacher. I was a 14-year-old preacher, man.
Wow.
So, but I think having the acumen on the mic, being young, it kind of waned me. in that direction. But always having a passion, man. My favorite announcer of all time is Howard Finkel, bro.
Ooh, the Fink.
The Fink.
Yeah.
The Fink, bro. The Fink, bro. Because everybody he made them sound amazing.
Yes, he
You know what I'm
did.
saying? The following content, and now I would emulate that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so now, at times you may hear a little Fink drop up out of me. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I had that passion because I grew up on that, man. The Fink. If y'all don't know Howard Fink or the Fink, go listen to him.
Oh, yeah.
That's who. And a lot of these announcers don't emulate him no more. But it made the second match on a card where people didn't care about that match. It made them seem relevant
Yeah.
and important. So.
Yeah, he definitely set the bar super
Yeah, for sure.
high. Like, man, the only people you can compare is Michael Buffer.
Oh, yeah.
And people at that, he's in that elk. He's
Yeah.
that great.
Yeah.
And Carter, my man.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
my good man.
Yeah, okay. Like he don't miss shit. He ready to go. You had your coffee today. So I see the Tim. You got your style here.
Yeah.
I was honestly expecting a God King, but we'll talk about
okay.
that later.
It's okay.
But you got my man got a different style. Like how did y'all meet? How y'all like each other? Y'all cool?
Oh, beyond cool. We've known each other for about 8 years. It's a crazy anecdote, my good man. We were living in a place off of Victory Boulevard in North Hollywood together. I actually met him back in December of 2014. It was a shared
What time
living
was it?
situation. Oh, wow. I wish I knew that much.
No,
my
I'm
good
just
man.
no, you got it. You
So
got it.
intense. I thought you knew.
Yeah, it was at 4:45 at this specific time. The sky was this. The sun was out. No, I'm messing with you, Carter. Go ahead.
I love it. No, but it was December 2014, and I distinctly remember. I mean, he just said, "Hey, I'm Tim Banks," in a very
Wow.
cordial, very civil, and very, very awesome, subtle, masculine way. And
I'm
when I
sorry,
immediately-
real quick. Can you play that out? How did you do it?
Hi, I'm Tim Banks.
I'm Carter James. The honor's all mine, my good man.
Nice to meet
so,
you.
I knew the minute I shook his hand that there was something special about this man that I was going to see for a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I was like, immediately, there's something about this man. I got to be friends with him. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be extravagant. And 8 years later, gentlemen, all the anecdotes that we've had between 2014 and now have led to this moment, and it's been superb ever since.
Wow.
Yeah, guys. For me, it was I was shooting a TV series called The Valley, and I wanted to save money. And I moved into this. It was an artist living house, and it was like I was like $550 a month, and I was like, okay, cool. And there's like a bunch of other performers in the house, so it was cool. And so just being in there, and I was like, we're doing casting for this show, and I'm talking to my producers and talking to different people, and then one day I'm just laying in my room, laying in the bed, and then I hear like a guitar, something strumming in the other room.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, okay. And I look into the room. This dude is in his underwear, like with a guitar, just like rocking out in the other room. And that's how I first met him. And I was like, okay. And wearing the glasses in his underwear. And I was like,
Turn off the lights.
and I knew at this moment, I was like, oh, this dude's different. I knew this dude is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I said, this dude is next level. I was just like, and since then, like we started, I put him in the show. He was the wild card of our show. Like, I wanted him to be, for me, it was I'm a character actor. So for me, this was a role for me to really dumb down my performance, really just play a regular person. But I wanted him to turn up and just be him. I just wanted him to do whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can
And,
tell he's turned.
Yeah, always.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then we started working out together.
Double
and-
espresso.
Yeah,
For real.
And we started
Triple
working out.
shot.
Yeah.
We started training together, and that's what really did it for me, guys. Like I wouldn't be in as great a shape as I am today if it wasn't for him.
Wow.
This dude is a model and an artist, and he plays guitar. He does so many different things, and but his fitness is next
Insane.
level. Like I didn't. Okay, guys, I'll be honest with you. Like I was just training as an actor. I was just training to just be in shape. I was just like, I just don't want to look too fat on camera, whatever. But when I met Carter, this dude is a model, an actor, all this stuff, and he's just like, yeah, I train like he trains like 5-6 hours a day. And I was like, you train 5 or 6 hours a day? And at first I was like, I can never do that. I can never do that. I can never do that. And then I look online, and all the most successful people in the world train 5-6 hours a day.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? I'm just like, so I got to be with you. So we train 5 or 6 hours. When I'm done with him, I go home. When I'm done working out with him, then I go home and I work out for 2-3 more hours. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like you got to be around like-minded individuals, people that keep you up. You know what I mean? Keep you I wouldn't be as great in shape. I didn't work on body parts until I met him. You know what I'm saying? Deltoids, upper pec, lower pec.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I didn't work on any of that shit. I just went in there, lifted weights, called it a day. You know, so yeah.
Now, I noticed something. Now, you mentioned earlier when you fell in love with wrestling.
Yeah.
There was an image of you that you saw, video of you saw that of Ric Flair in his underwear getting crazy, regular Ric Flair.
see
Now, meeting Carter and you guys connecting, you met him in underwear. You know,
It's a prophecy.
you're right. So there's a connection there. There's a connection. But nah, man, seriously, man, just a good brotherhood and connection, man. I think a lot of times nowadays, a lot of men they have this feeling like they can't get along, but to see y'all locked in and then brothers from another mother,
Yeah,
from,
man.
you know, just that.
And
That's awesome, man.
It's a support group. It's not just us. There's like 6, 7 of us. You know what I mean?
Nice,
and so
nice.
it's more like therapy for a lot of us. You know what I mean? We just go there to talk. Like we be lifting weights, but we talk.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's open. It's not like you know. It's just talking about our lives, and it's very helpful.
Yeah.
So y'all would consider yourself good friends?
Yes.
Is there
Absolutely.
is there anything you can foresee Carter doing that'll make you stab him in the back like you did Boom Shasta?
That's the question, man.
Oh no, you see, because Carter James has talent, and
Damn.
and Carter James has potential, you know, and he's a star like myself. You know, I'm not gonna knock on Boom Shasta. He's a good guy, but
Well, hold on. You sound like you're knocking on him, but you do know Boom Shasta is the 2022 Comptonmania Wrestler of the Year.
You got to put respect on his name for that.
no, I don't. No,
No?
respect on his name for what? For what? Being Wrestler of the Year?
The fans voted for him.
The fans? No, it's a rigged election. It's rigged right now. I'm telling you right now, it's rigged. It's rigged. Bunch of malarkey. Okay. His light-skinnedness would not allow him to be Wrestler of the Year. He's too soft as baby shit. Yeah.
Some people, okay, I love that Donald Thump. Some people believe it's because of Boom that you guys were able to have the success you guys had. Many of the fans. That's why they voted him into play. I mean,
They did vote him. He got the votes.
he got the votes.
He
man.
got the votes. I gotta see what's going on, guys. I gotta see the voting machines.
Well, if you go to Comptonmania on Instagram, you can go look at the post, and you will see more people
Right.
voted for Boom.
Right. You know he doesn't work out, right?
He doesn't.
He doesn't look like a star, right? He's not a star. I mean, you could be a wrestler, that's cool, but I'm a star. He's a star. I believe you're a star. I believe you're a star. I'm sorry. But you see what I'm saying? Like, he's not a star.
Well, let me ask you this question. Because you're here today, we're meeting Tim Banks, the man behind the God King.
And by the way, this isn't the Tim, this isn't God King. This is me telling him he's not a star. I'm a star.
Well, now we see you in promos, the Tim, this new kind of persona. Like, talk to us a little bit about that. Like, I mean, are you God King? Are you the Tim? Tim Banks is talking to us now. So tell us about that.
The Tim is a very talented, very disgruntled Hollywood actor, filmmaker that should be out there on the billboard, should be fighting Michael B. Jordan.
Would you win?
I should be there. Yes.
Are you saying you should be Creed in Creed?
I should beat Creed, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I 100% believe that. And the fact that I'm not there yet, it very much pisses me off to the point where, well, now I have to make an example out of a few knuckleheads just to get to the top.
Well,
in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
That's true, but if the fans were voting, they'll probably want to see Boom and Michael B. Jordan. They probably wouldn't want to see Tim because
Who wants to see Boom with Michael B. Jordan?
well, maybe the fans that voted for Boom. I mean, seriously, we can't just sit over here and disrespect Boom. You guys were the tag team champions.
Soft, light skin, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter cup. He is not on my level. You know that.
Reese's peanut butter.
You
cups
know
are
that.
bomb.
You don't think Creed 4, if they're already pre-casting, you don't think he would get any callbacks?
No, not at all. No, I come from a world of Hollywood. Okay, it's real, it's fake, it's a lot of things, but it's, you know what I mean. You got to be upper echelon to be up there. Like I said, you know what I mean. You know, I'm upper echelon. He's upper. We all are. Oh, come on.
Okay, so okay. We saw the film. Matter of fact, you guys could go to Comptonmania.com and you can purchase Where You From, offer-based, pay-per-view, you name your price. Now, we seen in a match where he stole on you a couple of times on accident, and then you just
wasn't it an accident?
You don't believe it was an accident?
Why would he? Why? Okay, give me this. If it wasn't accident, what would be his motive?
You dropped him during the chicken fight.
Yeah, you didn't even put him down.
And that was the beginning of the match.
You did.
He did drop
Low
him.
key.
Drop him on his face.
You know, but look before the match started. Look when we came out. Okay? Look who stood in front of me. Me. Okay?
Yeah.
Look when I came out. I came out. I'm sorry.
But
the
you
God
told
King.
him to do it,
the
though.
God King came out. Excited, ready for war, right? And what did Boom do? He stood right in front of the God King. Ultimate disrespect. You don't step in front of the God King, the higher power, the benevolent one. You step in front of the God King.
So once you give us the breakdown now, is the God King not mad at Boom, or are you?
The God King goes away for a while. God King goes away just because pro wrestling, not just Comptonmania, but pro wrestling needs to see the real me. It needs to see it. It needs to see it. If this is all I do in history, so be it.
So, let me get this straight because we want to make it clear.
Definitely.
Yes. Is there smoke between you and Boom? Obviously, you did what you did, but is there something you have to prove to him or something? Why couldn't you guys talk about that behind the scenes? Why did it have to be in front of everybody? I see you guys are really close. If y'all had an issue, I'm pretty sure you would take him to the back, have a conversation. Why do it in front of everybody at that event? Where are you from? It's Compton versus the world. It was so much going on.
It goes.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
Is there some jealousy that lies within you that Boom has accomplished something that you did not? Because you were in that category for Wrestler of the Year. Is it jealousy that he considered that guy?
No, because I don't believe it was real. I don't believe it was real. I don't believe it. It's not real to me, gentlemen.
So you're not mad at that at all?
I'm not mad. I'm mad that for the past 2 years, the God King has been carrying that tag team division. The God King has been doing it, carrying it on his back. Boom Shasta has just been the light skin icing on top. That's it. He's not, and when it comes down to making the sacrifices for this company, I feel like the God King and the Tim is willing to do so much more than Boom Shasta ever could.
Another question I have, because both of you guys have something in common. Both of you guys are in something wicked. I saw Hellman Rosecrowns even said something, and you said this has nothing to do with him. Mm-hmm. Where does that lead the family as a whole? Or is the family together? Everyone's doing their own thing. So my question is, are you upsetting anyone else when it comes down to you and Boom?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't upset anyone else. I mean, what goes on between myself and Boom goes off between us two. It shouldn't interfere with what anybody else is doing. I love Hellman Rosecrown. Mm-hmm. That's my dog, my day one. And if he feels cross with me, then that's unfortunate. I didn't get in this business to make friends with anyone. I came to go to war. Generational wealth, gentlemen. That's the most important. I'm not asking for anything. I'm taking what is mine.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
Definitely. Now with Comptonmaniaville coming up, are you prepared to do battle against Boom Shasta?
No! I'm sorry. I don't mean to yell at you, but I'm getting pissed off because we're talking about Boom Shasta. That's all we talk about is Boom Shasta. You should be talking about me. I'm the star. You're the star. You should be talking to the guest of the show. It's about us, not Boom Shasta. I should be wrestling Judas. I should be wrestling Shiloh. I should be wrestling Sean Black. Those are the guys I should be wrestling. I should be wrestling Grundy. I should be wrestling other stars. I should be wrestling Boom Shasta in the opening act. I am a star. How many times do I have to say it?
Okay, I understand.
God.
I understand.
I am better than him.
Well, can you beat him?
Can I beat him? The question is, can he survive me? Can he survive me? Because he's never seen the Tim. He's never seen the Tim. 843, I'm the realest alive.
Damn.
He knows. You know why he hasn't? You know why, Boomer? You haven't asked for a match against me? Because you know I would take you to the woodshed.
The woodshed?
The woodshed.
That's an old school term from whooping somebody's ass all the way.
The country, they take you to the woodshed.
Man, so okay. All right. So Comptonmaniaville. talk to me. Like, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Maybe you are a star. I'm not here to go against you. You've proven it to me. I've seen the Tim in action. I've seen you. Hey, listen, you ain't got to prove it to me. But May 21st, Boom Shasta is on the menu. And my question to you is, everything that you said is totally legit. Everything you said, maybe you are. All these things could be possibly true. But May 21st, can you get through Boom? I understand it pisses you off. And listen, it is about you because we're talking to you, Tim. We're glad that you and Carter are gracing our presence here at the Culture of Comptonmania. You're hella appreciated here. But the question still remains. He asked you a question. Can you basically beat Boom? Because that's who you will be facing. You will not be facing Judeas. You will not be facing Grundy. You will not be facing Shiloh, even though I would love to see it.
Love to see those matches.
But May 21st, Comptonmaniaville, you and Shasta.
Not only am I going to whoop his ass, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you what a real wrestler can do. I am going to put on a wrestling clinic for everyone watching. I'm going to show Boom Shasta basic wrestling moves, and I'm going to grill him. If he can survive me, then yeah, he can be his wrestler of the year. But I really don't think it's going to happen. It's going to take a miracle, gentlemen.
It's going to take a miracle. Said it's going to take a miracle. I had to. Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you still, somewhere deep down, do you still got love for your brother Boom? Because you guys won the titles together.
You guys had 2 years of a brotherhood, 2 years of you upholding one another as a team. Is that just done?
Guys, I'm a Southern boy at heart from South Carolina, but I've lived out here long enough to say I'm from Hollywood. And I can say I never loved Boom Shasta. I use Boom Shasta to get to the top of the food chain. Boom Shasta is dog shit at the bottom of my shoe.
That's kind of jacked
And
up.
once he was no longer why is it why, gentlemen? Why?
Well, because dog shit.
Why? Because he is wrestler of the year. Because Boom Shasta is wrestler of the year. The same guy that lost the tag titles that I got for us.
Yeah, you did beat him with a single move. You did. And when you lost,
I carried that tag team, and Boomer comes in with the wrestler of the year? Like I said before online, y'all must be smoking crack. I don't believe it. Crack cocaine is the only excuse that you people have for voting for Boom Shasta out of not just me, but the entire roster.
They got the Franklin badge.
I hate you. Why would you say that? Why? I mean, he won it damn it fair and square. Y'all gotta accept that, man. Boom earned it, man.
Do you accept it? Do you accept that Boom Shasta's wrestler of the year?
Not a chance, my good man. I know where my loyalty lies.
Well, that's the first negative thing I heard him say all day today. How many negative
Likewise,
words
I've
can
never
you
heard him say
a
anything
day?
negative. Never.
Dang. So I mean, I can't wait.
And it's not even negative, really. It's a fact. People nowadays, they confuse that. What's a fact? What's negativity?
That's true.
You stated his opinion, and he said where his loyalty lies. He knows that Boom Shasta is not on my level.
Now, Carter, what do you believe will happen if the Tim gets in the ring with Boom Shasta?
The greatest thing in all of wrestling history will happen. The Tim will show who the Tim is. Not one of many, but one of a kind. He's going to show the entire wrestling universe what he was meant to do all this time. He will prove it to Boom Shasta and anybody who dares to step in the ring with the king of what he does best, and that is the TIM in big capital letters.
Damn.
And
Well,
Carter, will you be there at ringside? Will you be watching there from the front row supporting the Tim?
In one word, yes.
And who knows, he may not be alone, gentlemen.
what?
He may not be alone.
Why?
Got
he
a
may
whole
not
crew
be
coming out.
Every star has an entourage, sir.
Oh Lord.
The entourage. Oh, my goodness.
You see where the entourage got John Morant. Anyway, listen. Where can they follow you guys at?
Carter James?
You can find me, my good people, on the Instagram. Look up Carter, CARTER _NILLIHCMASTER JAMES, and we'll have a phenomenal dialogue, and that is a promise.
And you better get it right, because he made it clear.
That's right. King Tim, the God King on Instagram. And if you can't check Instagram, check my IMDb account. My many films are on there. Sweepers, Handlers, The Valley with Carter James here. And many, many more, hopefully, with the good people at Comptonmania.
Definitely. Y'all can check me out. That's listen, Instagram, Desire, a.k.a. Anthony A. Desiree. You got to hit me up. Listen, I'm really intrigued by what we find out today. And I'm just seeing about what you're ready to do to Boom. I can't wait to May 21st showtime.
Oh, it's going to be crazy. And I'm Deshaun Showtime Watkins. Follow Comptonmania on everywhere. Showtime, SHOTYME 2203, the other Instagram account. And Cam, take it away.
Y'all can follow me at Cool Ass Cam, COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. And we out of here.
Make sure you get Where You From, Comptonmania.com, offer-based pay-per-view. Willsy, credit or debit.
Innovative.